Hey everybody, welcome to another episode. I'm Rob.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Andy.
And this is
Everybody in the Conference Room.
That's right. Welcome to another episode, guys. Thank you for listening. As always, make sure that you subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes. If you leave us a 5-star, we'll read it live on the air. And we have one from last week. We got two last week.
Oh, no way.
So we saved one. And then somebody did leave us a 5-star, but they didn't write a review
Come on, guys.
this week. So we really appreciate the 5-star.
Do your job.
But
You had one job.
a company cannot work if people are not at their desk doing their jobs.
That's right.
But if you write the review, then we'll read it. So whoever you are that gave us a 5-star, thank you.
We'll take it.
You're awesome. You're the best.
Honestly, we still love you.
That's
Come
right.
on.
That's
You're
right.
awesome.
Make sure you tell a friend about the show. That is always super helpful. Guys, we're getting ready to break 2,500 downloads. If you're listening to this, we probably did.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you
true.
for that. And
Oh, wait. Pause. Actually, my friend Shelby, she is a baker, a cake maker, and a booty shaker.
and a candlestick maker.
She is all things good, people. Love her to death. But she heard us say that I wanted to have cake at 5,000. And she promised to make us a cake.
She's going to make us a 5,000 cake?
Oh, yeah, she is.
Does she,
Okay,
live,
we didn't
does
even-
she live around here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shelby.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost said her last name, but...
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe I do know her.
yeah.
Shelbert?
You know her.
You might know her as
Shelberton?
Shelbert.
Shelberuna?
Oh, I do know her. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
totally.
Oh, yeah. Yes. She put me onto a
her real name.
podcast that I listen to a lot now.
Shelbalema Ding
yeah,
Dong?
yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Shelby burger and fries.
Oh,
That
and
didn't
sugar.
wait. That didn't wait.
So we didn't actually talk about. We haven't talked about this. This is like live happening right now.
Oh, no.
I was wondering, 5,000. Should we do like a live recording?
With cake?
So like we'll record the
Yeah.
episode, and then people, if they want, they can watch it live while we're recording it.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll
Oh, that'd
release
be
it as a
so
standard episode
fun.
after.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
But then
yeah.
maybe if people want to interact in the middle of the episode, we could do all kinds of.
No way.
That could be fun.
Great
You guys want to do
idea.
that? Okay, we'll do
Yeah,
that at
I'm for
5,000.
I could bake you a cake or something.
I could bake
We
you a
already
cake or
have
something.
one.
I
Thanks,
cut my
Shelby.
hair because my hair got hot. Pedro Sanchez. Anyways, okay, so 5,000. We'll do a live recording and we'll eat cake
Okay, hands in.
and we'll hang out with you guys.
Count of 3.
This is the second
Go
time
team.
Andy's wanted to be hands in.
I am
1,
touching.
2, 3, go team.
Go
Go
team.
team. I am touching fingertips with Adam Jones. That was fun. Speaking of Patreon, make sure you check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/anofficepod. $3 a month gets you access to the.
Expensive.
Oh
Just
my
kidding.
gosh.
Here.
Get you access to the after party at Poor Richard's, and tonight we're talking like worst boss moments.
Oh, it was good. Adam cried.
Yeah, so we want to talk about like
Yeah.
moments that we had with a boss who was just
Mainly because I'm his boss.
Hard.
And I like making him cry.
he was had. He was
Yeah.
had. So check that out. And speaking of Patreon, we just want to say thank you to the sponsors for this episode. We're talking about our $20 patrons, our assistants to the regional manager.
Yeah, they are.
Saf and Brian. Kevin.
What? You.
Brian Cavazos. Sorry. And so let's get to that 5-star review. Let me read this for you guys because this was really good. So this came in on July 19th, and the user was Tony_Lewis.
What up, Tony?
What up, Tones?
It's short for Anthony.
Oh, geez.
Oh.
Somebody's got a crush over there.
No, I don't
new
know.
season
I'm
of...
just
Anthony?
yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching it.
New season of Queer Eye.
I started kind of late. I'm only...
We
we're
got-
only 2 episodes in.
We haven't started yet. We need to finish Stranger Things first.
Oh,
but we're getting there.
Wow, you guys are behind.
We are way behind. But I'm going to binge the crap out of it. Don't you worry. Cry fest. Anyways, so the title of the review was So Good. And the bod of the review says, they remind me of me and my close friends who talk about small things and talk about our favorite or underrated characters.
That's a good thing.
That's rad.
There you go.
It helps that we're best friends. It's not weird that we hold hands and skip down the street
Nah,
every once in a while, right?
No, that's
it's
fine.
not. It's fine.
No, that's
Get
good.
over it, world.
So, I mean, I think that was the aim of the podcast. I sat in on a buddy's podcast recently, and we talked about podcasting. But when I talked about the show, I said, "Man, there was other office podcasts out there, but none of them really scratched the itch for like the podcast we would want to listen
Where
to."
your friends sit down and talk about.
Yeah,
it.
about The Office. And so we're like,
yeah.
we wanted to make the Office podcast that we would want to listen to, and hopefully,
Yes.
hopefully, it's the one that you wanted to listen to as well. So
Yeah.
that's what we want it to feel like.
Yeah,
'cause we're on-
thanks, Tony.
If not, just stop listening.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No,
that's
please
that
don't.
is all, just give it a chance,
He went
Adam.
too
Jesus.
far.
I mean, yeah, give it like 3.
There you
Give
go.
it like 3 tries.
Give it like 4 chances and subscribe to Patreon. Anyways, all right. So tonight we are going to break down season 2, episode 15, Boys and Girls. We're also going to take a look at the Jim prank leaderboard. No prank from Jim this time again. The guy's holding out
He's
on
being
us.
lazy.
That's right. It gets good. He'll come back.
Maybe he's like plotting for the next big one. I think is what's happening.
Could be.
Yes. And then we're going to head over to the Dunder Mifflin subreddit and look at some good quality content from Mr. Adam Jones.
Yeah.
You have a banger for us this time, I assume.
Yeah, I have one that just struck me as like funny in like a small way.
Sweet. Okay.
Do you guys remember that time when he didn't read the username before and he read it live
We
on
bring
the
this
air?
up every time.
I can't. It's my
Are you talking
favorite
about
thing.
user
I'm not. You can say it. You can say that.
under my umbrella?
I can't even say it. I can't. But every time he pulls up a Reddit thing, I think in my brain, oh no, what is the
Oh, I gotta check
username?
this week's one. Oh no.
Because he never
Okay,
checks.
yeah. It's
I kind of feel like Under My Umbrella and Drench Love kind of
gosh.
go together.
Oh, please stop. I shouldn't have brought it up.
It's like a dance.
I'm running away from this conversation.
It's just a downpour of love.
Mad dash.
A
You gotta
downpouring.
swing your
Yeah,
arms.
I have like a little dust cloud behind me. I'm going so fast.
It's a downpouring and an outpouring of love. It's good. It's good for you.
Oh no.
Oh, not like that. Oh no. Hey, speaking of really inappropriate, our Twitter kind of blew up this week
Oh, nice.
That was
thanks
way
to
cool.
Mr. Creed Bratton.
Himself.
Found us on Twitter
Yeah.
Creed's out there. He's
Shelby,
still alive.
can you make him a cake?
at Creed_thoughts
He's-
and then the number
He's
2.
alive. He still lives in a van, I hear.
Down by the quarry.
That's right.
Should go there and throw rocks sometime.
I mean, thanks to Creed. I mean, this guy was throwing it out there. He was tweeting and retweeting the
Asking his
tweets that you
followers
retweeted.
to follow us just because he likes us.
No,
I
it was very
mean,
cool. Yeah.
Creedthoughts.com/
Creed-
Yeah, underscore.
Yeah.
Props to
Creed thoughts.
you.
whatever it is.
And honestly, I still love the picture day where you brought your parents,
Yeah.
and that was a moment to remember. So thanks to you, and thanks to your parents for having you.
Oh my gosh! I will say, I shared with him. I was like, Creed, here's what you need to know. We are kind of we're
We are
doing
Creed
a
fans.
podcast about The Office, but really what we're doing is we're documenting your journey.
Yes,
We want to know
That's why
when
he
is the
re-
moment.
that's why he did it.
100%.
Where do you make the turn? Where do you start to lose your mind?
You're
Creed?
obsessed with this.
And he had no
So
idea what we were talking about.
That's
but
right. He was like, "What do you mean? What is a tweet? I don't even."
What's tweet?
That's right. So, anyways, thanks to Creed, Mr. Creed Bratton at Creed_thoughts too.
Nice.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, so are you guys ready to jump into the episode tonight?
We are.
All right, so tonight, Jan needs some girl time, Michael needs some guy time, Kevin is ready to fight, and Pam has a dream. This is Boys and Girls, Season 2, Episode 15 of The Office. All right, so the episode opens, and Jan is here. Okay, she's in the conference room with all the ladies, and she's hosting a women in the workplace
a woman tell all, kind of
Meeting?
like The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh my gosh. And Michael is not allowed.
Absolutely not.
Despite all of his best efforts, he is
Sure.
not allowed to be in there. And he's just trying everything he can to get in. He eventually sort of barges in and sits down, even in the midst of everybody sort of protesting.
Because he
And-
has something inspiring to share about pizza.
About pizza?
Isn't that the one where he says pizza is the great equalizer?
Well, later.
I
so
went-
much farther into the episode.
Later in the
no.
episode.
I take it back. Cut.
So he just wants to let them know that quality is important, but even more important is
That's why I thought about
equality.
pizza.
And he says, and this will date the reference for you, that the Ally McBeal woman,
Who is that?
Ally
You
McBeal?
don't know Ally
No.
McBeal?
Oh,
Oh
Adam
man,
Jones.
he's a child. He was born yesterday. Don't judge him.
Ally
yeah.
McBeal was
He's googling Ally.
Okay. Ally McBeal is a young attorney who joins a prestigious law firm with a highly sexual environment.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Is this from a show?
Homosexual. No, she's just an actual attorney in real life.
I was like, wait a
She's
second.
just a very well-known attorney
American-
where we know her sexual
American
environment.
comedy. Oh, it is a show.
So it was a
It's a
show that was on
show.
Fox
Wait,
back
is
in
it-
the day. Okay.
Wow.
I've never seen it. but
And-
maybe I don't know.
let's say 1997 was the
There you
first
go.
episode.
Oh my
There you go.
gosh. We are about as old as we look,
There you
folks.
go. There you go. And so the whole thing about it was sort of like she would interact with people, and then she would have these little like daydream or like little hallucinations where like what's it like she would
I've never seen
she'd
the
be
show.
talking to somebody, and like somebody would be like acting like a real big jerk, and all of a sudden their head would literally turn into like a donkey head and be like
You used to watch Ally McBeal?
I've seen a few episodes full.
Guys, I have known this man for 15 years, and I did not know that.
I mean, the dancing baby, like the weird creepy CGI dancing baby, that's from Ally McBeal. You never seen that on
No.
the internet?
No, I've no
Okay,
idea.
well,
Have you seen the
I
internet?
love the way he says that on the internet.
Have you seen that on the internet?
it was a big it was a
before?
meme in the late 90s.
Dancing
man.
baby gift.
Rob,
you
the
go.
Came
original,
up.
It's
the
like this-
original memer.
It's like doing this and like shaking its hips and has one hand in the air like Drake. It's like a baby who's dancing like Drake from Hotline Bling.
There's a lot. If you were to Google dancing baby gif, there's a lot more than just.
Sure. This
Maybe
is
you
a
need to
CGI.
add
This is a
Ally
creepy CGI baby.
McBeal.
Anyways,
Okay, yeah,
way
who
too.
cares?
Hey, listen to
Sure.
our new podcast, Ally McBeal.
Ally McBeal show.
Anyways, he just wants to let them know, hey, you've come a long way, baby. And he really just needs them to take it easy because this happened at another branch, and then they ended up getting a lactation room, and he's just
Which
not-
is gross, according to Michael.
yeah, that is just
Gross.
That is gross.
just gross. Yeah,
Feeding human babies,
that's right.
raising the next generation. Well,
So, anyways,
gross.
so Michael is upset because he has been banned. He's been banned from his own conference room,
Yeah.
which being banned from the conference room is a big deal.
I don't blame
Yeah.
them, though.
The ladies,
Mm-hmm. They were doing this kind of meetings before Starbucks made it cool, you know?
that's right.
What do you mean Starbucks
I feel
made
like-
women meeting school?
No,
Or-
not women's meetings. I mean, like meetings where it's like, you know, they do this thing where they're like, hey, we're closed like for these 2 hours. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
like,
And they're
we're
like,
doing,
oh,
like,
we're learning
partner-
about like
Partner,
whatever, diversity or something.
Yeah, partner diversity.
See, Thunder Mifflin started this.
There you go. And then he sort of tries to guess what they're talking about. They're talking about clothes or me.
Him, of course,
Could
because
be.
Of course.
Michael is the center of the universe. Always, according to Michael.
So then, as the meeting tries to start rolling on again, Pam is distracted and lets Jan know Michael's at the door again. And
I
then-
think he never left. Is
No.
the thing.
yeah, he just keeps
He's hovering. there.
hovering. Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I know you told me to leave, but I don't believe you.
He's just so concerned about what are all these ladies
Who
talking
would
about.
want me to leave?
That's right.
That's what he's thinking.
I got a room full of
You made a
ladies.
mistake.
How do they not want me in there?
Yes, that's exactly what
I
he's
am
thinking.
your gift.
Lady, nice to meet me. Anyways, so then we get a little aside where Pam and Jim make eye contact through the door, and Pam rolls her eyes. It's like, oh, geez, this meeting is so dumb, Jim.
That like how they talk but don't talk.
Yeah, exactly. And then Dwight expresses to Jim some concern. He's like, what are they doing in there? They're in there. They've been in there for a long time. If they stay in there too long, their cycles will align and they will wreak havoc on the plumbing.
Because ladies, can we all unite and give an amen to that?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Andy over here. Yeah, she knows. She knows what she's talking about.
And our cycles have almost synced up, Adam.
Mine and
but
yours?
Maybe,
They're pretty close.
maybe one more month of hanging out, and we'll see.
There's something going on that side of the table that I don't want to know about.
It's cause we sit on the same side.
Anyways,
Robbie's like a teacher. Like he's on one side of the desk facing us with the computer and the notes, and we're on the other just nodding. and
Yeah, we
smiling.
just goof off.
just goofing
we don't
off,
really do anything.
aligning your cycles.
Yes.
Got a drink in each hand.
Giggle,
and,
giggle, shoo, shoo, shoo.
and
shoo.
sushi,
Oh,
sushi.
geez. So then Michael decides he's going to get the men together. Okay, we got the ladies meeting. Let's get
Yeah.
the guys together. And they just like start clapping. Let's just clap.
I
is what he
applaud.
says.
I applaud this effort
Yeah, exactly. That's
of their applauding.
there you go. You applaud, they're applauding.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Would you guys feel so? Let's say our office would never do this because what? But
'Cause what?
also, if that were to happen,
Uh-huh.
would you feel left out or excluded?
If
Like
so, like,
you
if the
needed to
women-
generate some other meeting in some other space so that you guys could do something similar?
If so, like the ladies are
Like-
having like lady time.
Yeah, it's like a
women
ladies'
in-
retreat.
Women in the workplace seminar happening over here.
Sure,
Me, Adam Jones, the other guys, we're kind of over here. Are we
working
going?
like just not a part of it.
Are we like, what the heck? We should have a guys seminar.
Yeah.
No, we're like, let's go to lunch.
Yeah, right.
Let's get out of here.
I would assume more jokes, more farting. Is that what you guys do when
Totally.
women leave?
We'd probably be making
More
fun of you
like-
guys.
Yeah, more farts.
Definitely. Definitely.
More like,
Like-
what are they called?
Like
when
90% more farts.
Yeah, I'd say 85.
I believe
but
it.
It'd be like our office now with 90% more farts.
Yeah. And then when you guys have those sound bites or whatever and have conversations and start playing all these like inappropriate
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
things.
So I think this is also where Michael says, hey guys, gather around, grab a chair. Even you, Toby. You're a guy, sort of.
Sort of.
Dang it, Toby.
Sort of.
And so he has some really good, I think he has some good pointed questions for men, okay, in this day and age, even now.
Yes.
Number one, why can't boys play with dolls?
It's a great question.
Did you have action figures growing up, Adam
I
Jones?
did, but here's a lame thing. I did have G.I. Joes, but then I would take my sister's Barbies and like they would
No.
like,
Why do I believe
you know,
this?
Oh, Joe, thanks for saving me. I'm so glad that you slaughtered
Now I
all
want
those gorillas. Now,
Oh, you're
let's
so
go
cool.
make a home together.
yeah,
I want to put
exactly.
an age to this, Adam. Tell us when you did this.
Oh, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5.
So add 2 years to that, everybody. And that's the true
That's what
answer.
it really was.
But my sister had a Barbie house, like a plastic one.
Did anybody ever call your action figures dolls?
I don't know. I had Beanie Babies too.
Oh,
What?
baby.
You had a beanie.
Oh, Beanie
I
Baby.
didn't
Oh, I
even have
really
Beanie
liked Beanie Babies when I was younger.
What was like your favorite? What was like your favorite action figure to play with? Like what do you get? What?
I had a
rating?
Buzz Lightyear,
Oh dang,
like, and his wings would pop
that was
out.
so before my like
I
way
know.
after my time.
Oh yeah. Well, when Toy Story came out, I was like, the math would be, I think it was 4 or 5.
Wow, really?
gosh.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Adam Jones.
How old were you guys?
I don't know.
What year did? Okay, hang on.
15?
Let's
I think
take
it
this
came out-
aside.
Just
Toy
kidding.
Story 1 release.
7?
I'm gonna say 1998.
97.
It was. Oh my gosh.
I was joking
No,
about the
dude.
15, but
What?
maybe.
Toy Story number 1,
Yeah.
1995.
Oh, okay. So I take that back. I was 3.
I was 11.
What?
I was 3 when that came
was
out.
Wow.
10.
Okay.
You were 10.
You guys can do the math and know how old we are.
I was
now,
11.
so-
So
But,
Wow.
I was like wrapping up my time playing with Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters and all that good stuff.
Oh, see, I missed that train.
He-Man. I had some He-Man guys. He-Man,
Guys,
dude,
I
Masters
was-
of the
I don't know.
Universe, bro.
No.
No, I know
Skeletor?
this isn't about
No.
me
Beastman?
because I'm a girl.
Okay, I only know that because there's memes
Man
and
at
like
Arms?
funny like YouTube videos of those people.
I said yeah.
Yes, exactly that.
I said, okay, anyways.
So I know my answer isn't important because I'm a girl and apparently we're supposed to play with dolls and it's like
Yeah.
the thing.
Did
you
you
don't
play
need to
with dolls?
explain it. No, I was scared of them. Terrified.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Terrified of dolls. I shared a room with my sister who loved dolls and I was in complete trauma if they weren't in the closet every single night, closet door closed.
Wow.
Terrified. So I've never played with dolls. My mom will attest to it. It was the weirdest thing. For as long as I could remember, I would not touch it.
That is
Doll,
weird.
stuffed animal, all of those. Barbies, none of it.
I had a you is way too old for you, Adam Jones. We're going way in the weeds right now. I
Yeah.
am so sorry to our
Yeah,
listeners.
sorry guys. It's
No,
not
Fast
that
forward like
cool.
30 seconds. I had a My Buddy. Do you remember My Buddy?
See,
do you know what that is?
terrifying.
Okay, Imagine. Have you ever seen Child's Play with Chucky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chucky
yes.
with a hat on.
There you
all it
go.
was, dude.
Oh no.
Oh,
The
I saw
scariest thing in
Child's
the
Play.
world.
I was so scared. The original Child's Play. I saw Chucky. I was like, put that thing in my closet. But then I was like, he's gonna open the door and stab me anyway.
Oh,
it was so
no.
bad. Anyways,
Okay, back to Michael Scott.
the next big question: why does society force us men to use urinals when sitting down to pee is so much more
Okay, that
comfortable?
is not true.
Are you sure about that?
I love going to the bathroom quick, peeing, and then getting out.
Let me ask you a question, Adam Jones.
When you say quick though, as if sitting down is going to be like
It is. You stand on your
like,
feet the whole
what,
time.
Are you shaving a minute by not sitting
Oh, I'm
down?
I'm shaving time, yeah. Because
me
I
ask
don't
you a
have to
question.
sit down.
I know you're a young man.
Yeah, I am a young
Do you ever have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Do you like get up, go in the bathroom, turn the light on?
No.
Do you aim in the dark?
I try to go blind with a nightlight. And then you kind of just know, like, by how it sounds, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm hitting it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, can I
took a
tell
shot in the
can I tell a
dark.
TMI story about my first year of marriage with somebody that I married? And
gosh.
if you know me, then you
Well, that
know who
other
I'm
guy?
married to.
I don't know if we have time for this.
Just make it quick. Make it
Okay, just really quick. One time in the middle of the night, it was like for several months even. We weren't even
Oh,
that
we're out
far
of time.
into
We
it.
are out of time. I'm
In the
so
middle
sorry.
of the night, I go to the restroom and I step in something wet, and I turn
yeah.
on the light.
It was the
And
dog. The dog.
It is
peed.
No shame.
It is pee.
No
It is
shame.
pee. He missed the toilet. I lost it.
No, that's not.
That was
I mean,
probably our first fight.
hey, I'm not gonna
gosh.
lie. It's happened to me from time
It's
to
never
time.
happened
It
again.
sounds like it happens to you a
It
lot.
is-
No,
we
it doesn't
have-
happen to me a lot. It's happened.
has
it's
never happened
a
again.
time.
Okay.
So do you now sit down in the middle of the night, or how do you keep it from happening?
As a 35-year-old man,
Yes.
there are times where, yeah, like I need to. I get up and I have to pee
Yeah.
in the middle of the night,
Do you sit?
and I just go in there and I just don't worry about turning a light on. Sometimes just keep my eyes closed the whole time.
But you sit.
I just do what I got to do. Adam
So
Jones.
you sit?
I'm not gonna.
He's not
I can
saying that
neither
he sits.
confirm nor deny.
Either way, I've never stepped in it again, so it's been great for us and our marriage.
After 35
and-
years, you just learn how to aim. It's a lot easier to aim when you're not standing. Anyways, okay. So moving on in the episode. So then Jan, so Michael is like assembling these guys, and they're having their men in the workplace meeting, and it's literally right outside of the conference room, like right on the other side of the windows. Jan's not happy about it. She's like, "Hey, you guys need to go somewhere else." Michael's like, "There's nowhere else for us to go, Jan." And then helpful Dwight, "We could go to the warehouse."
That's right.
Boom, great idea. So Michael is he kind of gets excited about that. He's like, "Hey, the warehouse is a world." He says, "A world teeming with dirt and sweat and life." Inspiring.
Yeah, it is.
Michael always like idolizes the warehouse. Why? Is it just like the
'Cause they're
picture of
manly.
manhood to him
Manhood.
Even though there's a woman down there,
They're
it's
the
manhood.
working men.
with a beautiful braid?
And then he does say that it would be good to go down there because managing the warehouse is an important part of his job, and he has not been down there in a long time.
In a while, yeah.
So then Michael and all the guys, they go to the warehouse, and we get a shot of all the warehouse guys doing their thing, and they're like, they get the music blasting, and they're knocking stuff out. They're working. They're doing a great job. And these guys are sort of like awkwardly, sort of like slinking down the stairs. They're a little bit unsure. And we see Dwight. He looks a little bit excited, and then he's kind of like reminding us of if you ever saw Lost
I love this reference.
when they met the others.
I love Lost, and I love that reference. Did you watch Lost?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Great sci-fi.
Okay, let's really super quick. Who's your favorite character in Lost?
It is bald guy. Why can't I think his name? His name is a philosopher, actually.
I was
Anyway.
going to say Creed, but it's
It's
I know
not
'cause he
Creed.
looks like
John
Creed.
Locke.
John
Oh,
Locke.
yeah,
I
he's
love
good.
John Locke. He is such a great character story.
Good arc.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Andy.
I feel bad because
Don't
I don't remember
are you-
her name, but
Oh, okay.
well, oh, you think I'm going to say the hot guy? No, the hot
I thought
guy.
you were going to say
hot guy.
Sawyer.
Also,
Hot guy?
yes.
Sawyer.
Jack Shepherd?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
Sawyer.
yes.
Oh.
Okay,
different
second
hot
him.
guy.
The Asian girl. I love her.
Oh,
I love
Asian
how
girl.
calm
Oh, yeah. Well,
and
now we're just
graceful she
throwing that
is.
out there.
Yeah,
I
just
know
the
that's what I'm
Asian girl.
saying.
Asian girl, white guy,
sorry.
white guy, no hair.
Hot guy?
Yeah, hot guy,
Y'all
white,
know
hot white.
who I'm talking about.
This
and
sounds like
she
we are in the
is
office
pretty
with Michael Scott right now. Hot guy.
And to be fair, I never signed the Diversity Day paperwork,
That's true.
and so I'm
So you are
not held
You're not a
accountable to
hero.
anything
You're not
that I
being a
say.
hero.
Yeah,
so-
no, it's fine.
Are you talking about the lady whose husband doesn't speak English?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Neither
that is
we
a great
think for a
couple,
long
too.
time she doesn't either.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Best Lost character? Mr. Echo.
Oh, Echo. Okay, yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe people have been asking us what's going to be the next podcast
I
we're
should
going to do.
rewatch Lost.
Maybe it's
now.
gonna be
I'm
Lost.
telling
Who
you,
knows?
It's great.
Yeah,
I
who
don't
knows?
like the way it ended.
Watched it
But
3
it's fine.
times, by the way.
Oh, okay. We've only seen it through one time, so hey, maybe that's a candidate.
Ooh,
Maybe that's a
yeah.
candidate. Who knows? So they head down, and like we said, Dwight is like, "Hey, you ever seen Lost where they meet the others?" And so it's about to get crazy. So now we got a clip here, but as they get down in there and they start mixing up, Michael decides, "Hey, why don't I introduce some of the warehouse guys?" And so let's check out this
Thank you
clip here.
very much. So let's meet the warehouse. Let's get some shots. Pan around there. This is Daryl, one of our
happy Daryl
warehouse
is.
staff. Daryl, what
I
is your
know.
biggest fear?
My biggest fear is that someone will distract us from getting all the shipments out in
You know
time.
what? Daryl is actually the foreman here and not Roy, which is cool.
Roy,
which is cool.
Not Roy.
I don't know why that's cool, but
Okay, the only thing I can think of is that it's not Roy, the white guy. It's Daryl, the black guy. Who's
That's
in
No
charge.
exactly it.
way, you
Diversity
think
Day.
so?
No, I actually
That's
that makes
funny.
sense.
That was where my mind went. Is that he was.
That is definitely
He's trying to
Michael
say it's
Scott.
cool. It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate diversity. Mr. Brown would be proud.
Mr. Brown would be proud.
So then he talks about Roy and how Roy and Pam are the Brangelina of the office, but they would be Ram. It's a Ram thing.
It's a Ram thing.
Kevin then pops over to Jim and is like, "Hey, do you think if Roy knows about Pam and you and the crush, he's going to try to beat you up? If he does, I got your back.
Honestly,
I appreciate
weirdest, sweetest thing from
Yeah,
Kevin.
that's nice.
Yeah,
It's nice.
it's an awkward friend.
One of the things
But
that I
friend
also
nonetheless.
love is that as we're coming down and we're seeing Daryl, it says like loading duties or something like that. Andy sneezed, bless you. It says like loading duties, and it has like a schedule, and then in big block letters it says "Do not erase."
Yes, I saw that.
And then Michael totally erases it
No.
and puts the equation for the Goodwill Hunting,
the Goodwill Hunting.
just in
yeah.
case there's somebody down here who
That
doesn't
shouldn't be. Yeah.
You guys, if you have not subscribed to our Patreon, you really need to subscribe this week because we tell some really awesome stories, and some of our bosses are like that,
Ooh.
like Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty hilarious.
There you go. And speaking of awkward boss moments, so then Mike, he's there he's got the warehouse guys on one side. He's got the office, the sales guys. What would you call the office guys?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. the
Upstairs.
office,
Anyways, he's got them on the other side, and he's like, hey, you would see, maybe two different groups here. We got blue collar and white collar, but I don't see that because I am collar blind.
It's actually very clever.
You think so?
I
You like
appreciate
that?
it.
Okay.
As Jim in the background shakes his head no.
He just doesn't appreciate a good joke.
Yeah.
Is this
yeah.
Michael trying to break the ice? Dang it. So then we go back upstairs, and Jan is continuing with her seminar. She wants to go around the room and let's say something we're good at. So Jan's like, I'm good at public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Meredith begins with, hi, I'm Meredith, and I'm an Alka.
Yeah, we
good
know where she goes a lot.
I'm good at customer support.
Yeah.
Phyllis seems to be good at computer stuff, although it sounds like Angela does not agree.
Yeah, that is so awkward.
I wonder what Angela would say she's good at.
Judging
Yeah.
Yeah,
judge of
judging
character.
Uh huh. Yep.
cats.
What are you good at, Rob?
What am I good at?
Yeah.
Good at hosting a podcast,
Okay.
ladies and
Adam,
gentlemen.
what are you
Oh
good at?
yeah.
It's debatable.
Oh, I don't know. I do feel pretty comfortable with public speaking now. Not I used to, but now I am more
Baby.
comfortable.
Andy, what's something you're good at?
I'm good at bringing the fun to the office.
That is true. You are the office prankster.
She did send out a text thread that was like, hey, everybody, you guys want to do burritos tomorrow? Boom. Everybody's like, yeah, burritos.
And then we named it Big Booty Clan.
That's
thread.
right. That's the name of the thread.
Mainly
Big Booty
because
Clan.
Adam's butt.
Yeah.
Don't quit.
My butt is almost non-existent.
Oh my gosh.
This is like retreated into itself.
But it is true. I would say that I bring a party to the office.
Got that. He's got that old man butt. Anyways.
Yeah, old man butt. Yep.
And then Pam sort of talks about how she just doesn't really feel like she fits in with this group.
Yeah.
So then we go back down to the warehouse, and Roy approaches Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Roy says, hey, I know about the whole crush thing. Like, I know it was a while ago. Like, hey, we're cool, right? We're totally cool.
Hey, which props?
Sure. It's handle the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Like, just get it out there and make it cool.
Yeah.
That is cool for Roy. I would not
It's a
expect
big
that.
step.
I would expect him to come and like tease him or like pretend to be tough or rough on him.
Or even actually legitimately be like insecure
or
about
for
it.
sure like just punch him in the face.
Sure. But I love that he says, it's good. It's good that she's got a friend at work, so she doesn't come home and be
can
like,
blab
blah,
it.
blah, 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 blah.
And Rob was sitting here going, amen, get you one of those.
Get you one of them.
Adam is laughing way too hard about this. There is a story
He appreciates that joke.
Well, no, it's funny. It's funny. I come home from work and I don't want to talk. I got talked enough today.
Andy's catchphrase is push pause.
you have to explain that or else I sound so weird.
So we'll have put the kids to bed.
Uh-huh.
We will have like retreated to like my butt groove on the couch.
Oh yeah.
For the
invention.
for the 2.5 hours that I have before I need to hit the hay.
Yeah.
And we'll be watching a show. We'll be
Yeah.
watching like
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Bachelor, or we'll be watching Stranger Things. And something will happen with the characters where they'll be having some sort of a conversation or conflict.
Oh.
And like I'm watching it going, oh man, okay, let's see how they resolve this.
Uh-huh.
She's watching it going, I know how I would resolve this. And before we see what they do, let's push pause. And I want to process and explain to you what I would do in that situation.
That's funny.
So
This does not shock. This is how I would picture Andy watching the show.
So in the midst of the show, like it's getting to a really good part, and she'll be like, Okay, push pause.
And I feel the energy in the room change. Like he slowly reaches for the remote. He pushes pause and then he does the slow turn like, yeah.
I'm about to get
And
schooled.
then I have a decision to make. Am I just going to say, never mind, push play?
Yeah,
And
push
then like
play.
just process in my brain. And then I think,
But then at that point,
no,
I
I
have
got
to
to get this
say,
out.
at that point, I'm obliged to say, no, what is it that you wanted to talk
I really
about?
want to hear this.
Yeah. No, please.
Truth
Please
comes
tell
out.
me.
No, I'm not going to. Let's go ahead.
I think, man, I have a husband who's so engaged and so interested in what I have to say. And truly, he's like, make it quick, woman.
It's because I love you.
I
honestly
do have
love
to
you.
say, like, he's mentioned this once or twice to a friend of ours recently. And so we were alone one time, and I said, I've never heard you describe me that way. I've never heard you, like, tell somebody else that I do that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it get annoying? Long pause, and then he goes, it sometimes, yes.
This far in, you just have to be honest. You know? You don't got to lie to kick it. You just need to be real with each other.
Yeah.
So now I
That's
know.
funny.
I've done this for years, guys. I had no idea.
We're over
But he's like,
We're over a
"Man."
decade in. She's not trying to impress me anymore, and I'm not trying to impress her. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's funny.
so Jim and Roy are cool. That conversation goes well. Roy leaves, and we see that Jim is feeling a little bit awkward. But I love that we then see behind him as he looks over, Kevin was poised.
Oh, he had his jacket off.
He was ready to strike, but he just has this look of like, dodge the bullet on that one, buddy.
Yeah, yes.
Ooh, I was ready to go. So, dude, good
Yep.
on Kevin, man. Dang.
Yep.
So then Daryl approaches Michael and talks about how we should, if you guys are going to be down here, we should go upstairs.
Yeah.
Let's see what it's like to be up in the office. We should trade places. Michael thinks that that's a joke. And then Michael finds a blow-up doll down there, and he's all about that. He thinks that's
so
hilarious.
funny.
Until he turns it around and sees that his face is glued or taped
to it.
onto the blow-up doll.
Yes.
Not so funny anymore.
Well, he doesn't seem bothered by it. He just seems confused. He's like, oh, okay, well, there I am. That's a thing.
It's like I'm so confused right now. So then we go back upstairs, and now Jan wants the ladies, like, let's go around and let's talk about our goals.
Yeah.
It's good. It's healthy to talk about the goals. What do we want to achieve? Let's go around. Let's talk about what we want to achieve. So Meredith says that she wants to be in 5 years. So where do you want to be in 5 years? She wants to be 5 years sober.
Well,
Maybe
4.5.
4.5.
Maybe
yeah.
4.5.
Yeah.
Kelly makes it clear that she's not going to be one of those moms that's like dragging her kids around in a minivan.
Hey,
Who does that?
I know. No, I'm going to have an SUV. She
Yes.
says, with a third row seat.
My wife, Maribeth, she's like, I do not want a minivan when we have kids. She said that same thing.
It is so.
Can I
Which I wouldn't mind a minivan.
Well, the
tell
doors
you?
open by themselves.
Oh man. You don't understand the van life until you live the van life.
Oh, baby.
And once you live the van life, there's no going.
It's
dude,
cush.
What
Van-
you got? You got the Toyota.
van in, van out. You
Toyota
just
Sierra
Oh,
or
is it-
Sienna?
Sienna.
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 Oh.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
You feel
Doors
like a
open
king
by
of the road.
I've taken a
themselves.
ride or two in it.
Yeah, you feel like a king on the
And
road.
it's like
no one can stop
low,
you.
so kids could climb in and out on their own.
See?
Also, you don't have kids who are opening the door by themselves and slamming into the cars beside them all the time.
You got
you
these good sliding
control
doors.
that.
You-
I didn't think about that.
Don't diss the van life. It's all.
Telling you.
It's
Not
good
until
for
you've
you.
done it. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right. That's
yeah.
right. So then,
Peer pressure, get a van.
that's right. Toyota.
Sponsor us.
Well, this episode's brought to you by Toyota. No, I'm just kidding.
Sienna.
So then Jan, we get this little interview where it's obvious that Jan, this isn't going the way that she hoped it would. And then we get this little aside where Jan is like, hey, to be honest, part of this seminar is sort of like looking for standouts or identifying talent who might be like good for corporate life.
Right.
And then she's just silent. Nobody is standing.
We don't get much through this program.
So then we go back downstairs, and the office guys are gonna unload the truck, like see what it's like to be in the
I kind
warehouse.
of pitch in.
Yeah, and so Dwight is like, "Hey, Michael wants us to bond while we're doing this, so we need some topics for conversations." And so the recommendations are ponies,
Sure.
to which he says no, rainbows, To which he also says no, and then flowers.
Flowers. I love how Ryan jumps in on this. Jim is obviously doing his thing, and then Ryan pitches in. I think he
Yes.
says flowers or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he's getting it.
We're gonna razz him. Hey, by the way, did you see that double rainbow a couple days ago?
Yeah. So in Harriman where I live, I've seen a double rainbow multiple times.
Oh man.
So listeners, when you think about double rainbows and you think it's like this magnificent thing, I've seen it at least 3 times since I've lived.
It's
in
lost
my
its
house.
luster, is what you're saying?
I see it and I go, NBD. You know?
Dang it.
I have a picture of it on my phone though.
Oh my gosh.
To document it.
Okay.
Very, very vivid.
Adam Jones. Just his heart has
It's not a big deal anymore.
double rainbow.
I've gone beyond that.
Forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares?
Forget about it.
Who cares? So then Michael is on the forklift and he is just being negligent, I think is the word I would use.
Mm-hmm.
Being ridiculous. He knocks over a bunch of shelves and he's very apologetic, but he tells Daryl, don't worry, we'll get somebody to clean this up. To which Daryl replies,
We the ones got to clean that up. He is
If I were
violating.
Daryl, I'd be like, you are cleaning that up. You are somebody.
He is violating so many like OSHA,
OSHA?
laws.
Oh, for sure.
When I worked at Walmart, the compactor, they like made a huge deal about that. They're
it'll
like,
take your
Kill
arm
somebody.
yeah, I mean, yeah, they could easily kill somebody.
out. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Daryl says, yeah, we're the ones who got to clean it up. And then his buddy says, dang it, Michael.
Dang it, Michael.
I told Rob, I was like, that is me. That is how I would respond. Dang it.
So then the guys are sitting around. They're getting comfortable. Michael's like, okay, guys, gripe sesh. Okay.
Grape sesh.
Michael's got his shirt like
Oh, yeah.
unbuttoned and untucked. He's showing that good chest hair.
Yep.
And so he says, hey, we're from different worlds, us guys, but we have a lot in common. Some of us like the same girls, which he says to Jim and Roy.
Yeah, it's so awkward.
Then to which the lady who works in the warehouse, what is her name?
I can only think of the things that Michael says. Pudge. He calls her Pudge.
Well, we are not going to call that
that's-
sweet
dang
woman
it.
that.
It's not Pam, though.
Midge?
Mitch, maybe.
Midge,
Actually,
Pudge.
it might be Mitch. Or
Midge.
I don't know.
Midge.
Not
Mitch.
Mitch.
Mitch, yeah,
Who
Mitch
are you?
Winwickson.
Okay, I'm
He's a
literally
boy. Mitch.
Googling the office warehouse
Hey,
lady.
Mitch.
Warehouse lady. Oh wait, Madge.
There,
Madge.
that was it, Madge.
Better.
Madge.
Not even.
But Michael does say, I think Pudge at some so-
Madge.
Her name is Madge Madsen.
Oh.
Can you imagine the conversation between the writers when they're trying to figure out who this woman is? They're like, Madge. That's the only name that can fit this woman who
Yeah,
works in the
yes.
That
So
was
Madge, the lady.
I love that you said Mitch.
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 It's Mitch.
There you go. So she basically is like, do you want me to go? And then she just
And
decides,
I love that
but
Michael
says,
doesn't know what
no,
to do with that.
you
No,
don't-
why?
No, why?
I know this is a guy sesh, but do you have a problem with me thinking
like,
of
why
you
does
as
this-
a guy?
why does this beautiful man not want to stay? So then we go back upstairs and the ladies are still talking about like their goals, what they want to achieve. Phyllis dreaming big. Someday she wants a walk-in closet.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. And here's the deal. If you've ever had a walk-in closet and then not had a walk-in closet, you kind of want one.
I didn't realize it was such a big deal. Where I grew up, nobody had walk-in closets.
Oh, baby.
And then
What?
I come here, yeah. It's like, because houses in the Midwest are older. And then now, like, I live in an area with lots of new houses. And then I have a walk-in closet. My wife has a walk-in closet.
Back in
In
the
our
Midwest, though, does everybody still have, like, people don't even have closets, right? They have, like, wardrobes.
Some. It
Yeah.
depends. But where I grew up, we had closets, but they were just like the sliding door. Anyways.
Here in Utah, it's not as magical.
No,
Yeah.
everybody has them.
It's like the Lion, the Witch, and the walk-in closet. It's a little different. Anyways,
Yes.
sorry, what were you gonna say?
It was a boring story.
Okay, cool. Not as
Yeah.
cool as my Narnia joke.
No.
Yeah, just it's probably boring. Just
It was a boring story.
I spent about 30 seconds setting that joke up, and it didn't. Hopefully, somebody laughed on it. Anyways,
I missed it.
Pam talks about that she wants a house with a terrace where she can plant flowers. She wants a husband who loves her, and then she talks about how she likes to draw, and that she kind of would want to get into like some art, some graphic design stuff. And this like starts to perk Jan's ears a little bit. She's like, okay, sweet. So she tells Pam about this corporate internship for doing graphic design and stuff.
You know
And-
what? It was super sweet of Jan. That was
for
really
sure.
nice of her.
Very
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Well, and I think it's for Jan. She's like, there's blood in the water. She's like, sweet.
like a
Like
little
there
bit
is
of
somebody.
depth here,
Yeah.
some
Maybe this
holes.
whole thing was worth it.
Yes, that is exactly what she's thinking.
And Pam is like trying to come up with all these different reasons why, like, oh, this wouldn't work. And I love that that's what Jan says. It's like, hey, there's always going to be 1,000
Always a
reasons
reason.
not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You need to follow your dreams, Pam.
What's your big dream, Adam?
Oh, I don't know. I don't dream a whole lot. My dream right now is to finish my basement.
Ooh, that's a dream.
Nice.
I can have a man cave down there. You've been there. It's not finished.
It's not finished,
One
but
day it's gonna be finished.
It's usable.
It's usable. It's functional right
Yeah.
now.
It's good.
Yeah, that's my dream.
That's a good one.
So then we're back down in the gripe session with the guys, and Michael wants to really mix it up. Like, what bothers you as guys? And Daryl talks about the safety of the warehouse when somebody comes down here and they're not being safe. That really gets under my nerve or on my nerves. And I love that Michael's like, "Oh
love
yeah,
Daryl.
yeah, shh, 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 shh," like trying to
Yeah,
tell him,
shh, shh, shh. No. Don't shush.
"Don't
me.
shush me." Oh my gosh.
So awesome.
But and so it starts to get a little bit tense between Michael and Daryl. But of course, Michael steamrolls ahead. What's our beef as guys?
Yeah.
And then I love that. What is that guy's name? The warehouse guy.
I can only think of what Michael calls him again.
What does he call him?
Oh, he calls him like some sort of like. I think he calls him like fat lizard man or something.
Oh
Some-
my
I
gosh.
swear it's not exactly that, but it's something like that. What is he?
Dang
He calls
it.
them. There's an episode where anyway I can see it in my head. I just can't think of it. Oh no! I don't know what his name is though.
I should have prepared this. But
Oh, well, what did he say?
it's the other dude. So he basically, when Michael says, "What's the beef?" he says, "Hey, that's a good question, Hasselhoff."
Hasselhoff. Yeah. Right
Which-
now, Lambert is unbuttoning his shirt right now.
His shirt has been unbuttoned. He just keeps accentuating it as he like talks.
I'm
What
trying
up,
to
Hasselhoff?
channel my inner Hasselhoff right now. You know who Hasselhoff is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is Baywatch.
Yeah. Okay. You got it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
David
didn't want to get crucified there.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. International superstar,
Yeah.
German heartthrob.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know
then,
he was German.
well, I don't know. I don't know if he's.
Das German.
I think he has like German roots, but Germany loves Hasselhoff, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Isn't he like a big?
Mm.
Isn't he like a big deal in the motherland?
Who knows?
I think he is.
Rob, what's your beef?
What's my beef with
No,
Yeah,
what's your
what's
Hasselhoff?
your beef? No, just in general.
In
as a
general, what's
man.
my beef?
Yeah, what's your man beef?
What's my man beef? Who wants some of my man
Who
beef?
wants my man meat? Yeah,
Did we do that episode?
No, I
yet?
think that's coming out.
Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's coming out.
Anyways, let's move on. So then Jan, in the seminar, Jan wants to talk clothing, which this sort of like gets all the ladies like, all right, we're going to talk about clothes. And then she's like, you need to dress for the job that you want to get. Sucks the air out of the room.
These ladies make ladies look bad.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I would be annoyed me sitting in that conference room. I'm like, listen, woman, get your life together
Yeah.
and quit talking about minivans, even though I love mine.
Woman.
That's right.
Women.
So then Angela basically chimes in and she lets us know that she's really getting nothing out of this seminar.
Sure.
That she is a professional woman. She's in the healthiest relationship of her life,
Okay.
which is interesting.
Yeah, not true.
And then she says, and based on the way that Jan is dressed, apparently she's aspiring to be a whore.
It's that last button left unbuttoned.
She judging.
Dang it. So we have a clip here, but we go back downstairs, and the men's gripe session, this like men's circle, is starting to get way, way out of hand. Michael's losing control. Let's check this out.
I hate it when girls insist on taking them out to new restaurants every weekend night, and then they're like, when are we gonna go on a date?
I hate that too. I hate that too.
I love Kevin.
It totally sucks.
Yeah, and then they make you drive him to church the next morning. Like, gas ain't free.
And Jesus ain't worth it.
Oh my gosh. Dwight.
Yeah.
They're not hiding it very well at all.
But
are
you
they?
know what's cool? This is probably the first time that Dwight was able to contribute
Sure.
to man conversation.
There you go.
Oh, what's
Oh wait,
the
so
name?
we just paused it, and then so the guy that we were talking about in the warehouse, his name is Lenny.
Lenny.
Wow, that does
okay.
not sound familiar.
Yeah, no,
not at all,
but Lenny's the
but I
guy who's
like him.
like, "That's a good question, Hassel."
However he responds to things is how in my head I would.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good question, asshole. Like everything he says, I'm like, yeah, he is me.
your inner Lenny.
That is a good question, Hasselhoff.
So then things start to get a little bit more out of hand. Daryl starts to sort of razz Michael about how, you say we're the same, but we're not. We work just as hard as you. We work the same hours. You get paid way more. He's talking about compensation.
Mm-hmm.
So then they talk about like, we should start the union. We've been talking about unionizing. Like we need to do this. And I love that Michael's like, no, you don't really need to unionize. Like you have a union of men, of brothers, of guys here.
He's trying to fit it into the theme of the day.
Yeah, and blame the chicks.
Yeah.
They are the problem.
It's always us women.
99
Gosh.
problems.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go. See?
Yeah,
I
there's
don't-
a song
yeah,
written about that. Mhm.
Yeah, preach.
Yes,
Is that what
yes.
you
Yeah, no, I
Women.
understand that.
Amen.
I was going to say, can I get a witness? But I got one. It's
Can
Adam
I get
Jones.
a witness?
He was like quick about it too.
Yeah.
Just threw that amen right in there.
Uh-huh.
And so Daryl sort of intimidates Michael, but he's basically like, Michael, are you with us? Michael's like, I think that's
Yeah.
sort of the sound that he makes.
I mean, there's a leader. It's a very strong boss.
To which Daryl
Worth
says, welcome to the warehouse, which I feel like are words that Michael wanted to hear.
Oh, he did want that.
he
yes.
loves that.
And see, that's what's so smart about Daryl. He is so awesome. He's like, you know what? I know Michael and I know how to win with him. You just need to bring him into community, make him feel like he's important and he's on your side.
And then
Yes.
chant his name, because
Yeah.
that's what they start
Oh,
doing.
absolutely.
Cool.
So then we go back upstairs to the seminar, and Jan is starting to bring up the inequality of pay between men and women. When Michael busts in and he needs to update Jan about what's happening downstairs, he's basically letting her know that the guys have talked about forming a union. And as Jan starts to have a conversation about it, Michael sort of, let's be rational, Jan.
Yes.
Where it's so funny because he's actually the one who's starting to get like incredibly emotional about it.
She kind of disciplines him like a kid.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
She makes it very clear that they cannot unionize because everyone will lose their jobs. To which Michael starts to talk about how he and Jan have history together, and we need to talk about this. These guys would want to hear it from you. Jan, we have history. And she's like, Michael, don't say another word. So she needs him to go downstairs and handle this. So back downstairs, the guys are unloading the truck. It's Jim and Ryan and Stanley. And Ryan is thinking all about efficiency. If we start an assembly line, this will move a lot faster.
He's still got some he still wants to do a good job.
He's got some gas in the tank.
Yeah, gas in the tank. Yeah, that's it.
To which if Ryan has gas in the tank, then Stanley has the opposite of gas in the tank.
He has negative gas.
That's right. He has negative gas in the tank.
I wouldn't believe that of Stanley, not for a minute. I would believe he is full of gas all of the time.
I was
Wait, was that meant to be a
I
fart?
was trying to think. Yeah, but
You just said bump. Oh,
oh, boom. It was
that.
That reminds me of Chandler doing the whip-aw.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Friends reference. You
You know what?
You would
Adam
get it.
I wouldn't get
has
it. Yeah.
never seen Friends, folks. I don't know if you're now going to start unsubscribing now that you know that truth.
No, maybe
but
that's-
please don't,
No, they're
because
here for The Office.
Maybe
love
that's
it.
the next. Maybe that's the next thing we move to after the office. You never know.
maybe.
You
Friends
never
is
ever.
legit. A friend of ours is actually moving to New York, so if we start the Friends podcast, we should go and do it on the Friends couch.
There you go. Central Perk.
Is it there?
Central Perk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes place in New York.
There you go.
Adam, watch Friends. Who are you? Watch Friends.
Oh my god.
Andy's whispering.
So the guys are unloading the truck. Ryan says, "Hey, if we start an assembly line, this will go faster." To which Stanley basically says, "Son, this is a run out the clock situation,
Yes,
just like
Same as
upstairs."
it says.
he's very motivated.
Oh, for sure. And so then, as we go back up to the seminar, Jan is explaining sports metaphors to the ladies.
She tries.
Yeah. So
I love that she said that it was a popular thing that women wanted to know. Like
Sure.
it was a popular question. What? Who are these women?
let's.
I wouldn't care.
So Andy, fumble. What does it mean to
Yes,
fumble?
fumble?
football. Like when you drop the ball.
There you go. There you go. See,
Yeah.
par for the course.
Okay.
Means, of course.
What?
Okay. Par for the course means,
It's-
of course, it's like that.
Oh, no.
Okay, what does par for the course mean?
Maybe Jan was onto something.
Yeah. Maybe you
What
need to go
does
through
par
this
for the
material.
course mean?
Par for the course means
It
like
means-
it's on track.
Yeah, it means that you hit what they would expected you to hit.
You did the goal.
You did what you. Yeah, it's like yeah.
I was
You did
not
good.
far from that.
Mm,
I wasn't close, but I wasn't far. Okay, give me another one. Give me another one.
Second base.
Ooh, I know that one.
she knows that one.
I invented second base.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I love that. Yeah, Kelly's like, oh, is that like second base? Like what happened with you and Michael?
She does
I
a good
love
job
the like big old
then-
wink to the camera.
Yeah.
It's like Kelly.
Yeah, she does a good
we
job.
all know second base.
So good.
She's pulling a gym
I
there.
love that.
Adam, what is second base?
What are you talking about in sports?
No.
It's between first and third base. That's all I need to
Yeah,
say.
it's in the middle.
That's right.
It's halfway
You're
there.
halfway
folks,
there. I was
halfway
going to
there.
say that. That's how I was going to answer your answer.
You're almost in scoring position. Anyways, so then Pam actually gets up and leaves the seminar to talk to Jim, and she sort of updates him about the internship.
I love that she tells Jim first.
And he's excited about it.
Yeah,
of
he's all
course.
about it.
Good guy, Jim.
Yeah, absolutely. So then we go back downstairs, and it's just shenanigans. Michael has a big bag of packing peanuts that he's opening in front of a huge fan and saying, "It's a blizzard and Happy New Year,
Oh
Daryl."
gosh.
And
One, the inner Lenny in me kind of wants to cuss him out and be really upset about that. Then the inner party in me is like, yeah, why hasn't anybody done that before? Like, I want to try that.
So if things are breaking down in the warehouse, they are also starting to break down up in the seminar because then Kelly wants to talk about Jan's divorce and about how sad she is. Angela chimes in that, like, at least you don't have kids. You don't have kids, right?
Thank God.
Thank God. So then Jan just needs to remove herself. And Kelly, her insightfulness. How can someone so beautiful be so sad?
Yeah.
It's
Because
true.
prettiness brings happiness,
There you go.
folks.
There you
Write that
go.
down.
Why do you think I'm so happy all the time?
He's
He's
pretty.
pretty.
Beautiful man.
He's pretty.
He's
Thank
pretty
you.
something.
Pretty. Yeah, pretty.
Pretty hot.
something.
That's the word you're looking for.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so then
Why are you guys finger tipping your fingers again?
what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Remember when we?
I don't like when this is gay.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like.
No,
Like diddle diddle.
Yeah, like.
no, I just mean the hands in.
Oh, at the
and
beginning
your
of the
fingerprint.
No, we didn't do
Your
that.
fingers touched,
Anyways.
and then it was like a magical moment. Those actual sparks.
Yeah,
Well, that's pretty special. But
great.
All the
let's
static
move on.
electricity down here.
that's right. So then, so Jan actually is leaving the meeting to go down to the warehouse. She's
To
just gonna.
take care of business.
That's
blow
right.
off some steam.
That's
from
right.
there.
She's gonna let him know who is the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it was supposed to be Michael. So she confronts the warehouse and she says, "Look, there's going to be no union. If there is, everybody's going to lose their job. It's going to be bad news. You saw what happened to the branch in Pitts, not
Pittsfield.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsfield.
Pittsfield, not Pittsburgh.
I mean,
No.
killed.
It's Pittsfield in Pittsfield, if you know what I mean. 'Cause everybody got fired. Anyways, don't unionize or it's going to be bad things. And if you have further questions, you can send them to Michael, who is
Hiding behind a mop.
he's
Yes,
hiding
he's
behind
hiding
the
behind the
janitor
mop.
car and the mop. Oh, Michael, come on. So then we go upstairs and Pam sort of talks about how she has dreams, but that's all they are. They're just dreams. They're just meant to get you through the day.
Yeah.
Get you through the grind. And then in the kitchen, Jim is telling her, hey, you should do this. Like, you should go for this. And she's saying that Roy is sort of discouraging it and that he's not about it. And Jim tells her, hey, you need to take a chance. Do you want to be a receptionist here forever? To which this sort of sets her off a little bit. And this is where
It is not sensitive.
it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
She says, hey, I'm fine with my choices. To which he then looks at her and says, are you?
Because I don't know that she
Now,
meant
how
to-
loaded is this moment?
Yeah, because I
Very
don't know
loaded.
that she meant for that response to encompass her whole world. I think she just meant it to be for professionally. But as
Sure.
soon as it came out to Jim, someone special, it kind of ended up encompassing more than just professional.
Like life choices right now?
Yeah, Roy.
Roy?
Roy.
Roy?
I didn't mean to bark. I meant to say Roy. But Roy. Roy.
They're opening the can of worms has a can opener next to it. It's not
But it
open.
was very insensitive for
getting
him to
there.
be like, do you want to be a receptionist your whole life? It sounded pretty demeaning, as if, what if she did? Did she have the option to enjoy that?
He's
or is
just-
that going to come with
yeah.
judgment?
Just a lot of emotion going on here.
Sure. So earlier she says that the dream would be to have the house with the terrace and the flowers and the husband who loves her. So then after this interaction with Jim, she's like, it's fine that I'm not going to have the house without the terrace. They don't even build houses like that in Scranton.
Okay, but also, so we bought a house where we did a lot of renovation. You just add a terrace. Like,
Oh
there's
my
nothing
gosh.
wrong with that. Like,
Just put a terrace on it.
Yeah, just
hello.
put a terrace.
Like, you just
Yes.
buy a house and be like, hey, can you put a little porch on there?
Hey, I was wondering, can you just put a terrace on it? Thanks.
You can. Most
you.
houses you can. Figure it out, Pam.
So I think
Don't
this
be
is-
so discouraged.
I think this is pretty loaded, though. Okay? Because earlier she says, I want a house with the terrace and the flowers, a husband who loves me,
Yeah.
Aw.
and to do my art. Now she
Adam
says,
feels the same way.
I'm fine without the house with the terrace. They don't even build them like that in Scranton. And she's kind of smiling, and then she breaks down.
Yeah, she cries.
Is this loaded too? Is she coming to the realization that not only is she not going to have the house with the terrace, she's not going to have the husband.
Yeah.
She's given up on the art dream. Like, she's realizing kind of
Yeah.
what Jim just asked her. Are you really fine with all the choices that you're making?
Yeah. No, that is what's happening.
Yeah. That was good.
It's just tough.
Come on, Pam.
And nobody wants to see Pam cry. We're always on Pam's side.
She deserves more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's worth
And
it.
I'm the hugger, and I just want to hold her. Like, I watch this and I'm like, come here, Pam.
That's right.
Let your best friend hold you
Yeah. So then we go to...
and help you figure out how to build a terrace, because it's not that big of a deal. Okay, bye.
So yeah, things were breaking down upstairs, and they were just getting so much worse downstairs.
Yes.
Michael, I don't even know what he's doing. He's on the forklift, and he's just carrying this huge wreckage, and he's like, I'm just going to put it over here, and he's just breaking
Oh, he's
things.
just going to town.
Okay.
Daryl has
Michael's
given up at this
annoying.
point.
But in his defense, it looks like a whole lot of fun.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
Yeah, it does.
Come on.
He's like a
once
one-man
you lift
destruction
something
derby.
and move it, you're like, wow, that was awesome. Can I lift this? What about this? What does this feel like? And I think I would kind of go on a little like journey of what can I lift and where can I move it? And then eventually like, dang, I didn't mean to kill that person.
Well, then we cut over to, there's a sign that basically says like days without a time loss accident.
Yeah.
936
This
days.
long
warehouse
run.
is efficient.
Yeah.
pretty
That
good.
is
Daryl's a
hardcore
booty
teamwork.
kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Madge that changes it?
Unfortunately, Madge, Pudge,
Punch comes right on
I'm
up
telling
and
you, it comes
erases
up.
it.
Just wait for it.
Madge, beautiful Madge, has to erase 936 and put a
It's like
0.
3 years, almost 3 years.
I think if I were her, I would add in parentheses Michael Scott's.
Yeah, for
name.
real, for
Like
real.
just write Michael Scott.
Dang it.
Just so y'all know, it wasn't us. Not this team.
So after all of this chaos,
Uh-huh.
Michael has a brilliant idea. He orders pizza.
That
For
was
all the
kinda
dudes.
brilliant.
That's a good idea. I like
And he basically says, everybody loves pizza. It's a great equalizer.
Amen.
Rich people love pizza. Poor people love pizza. White people love
There it
pizza.
is.
Black people love pizza.
Do they?
Wait, do black people love pizza?
that. He doesn't know. This is his
The
first
next
time.
scene,
That's what stuck with me. That's why I mentioned it at the beginning of the episode.
the
Pizza
next scene, Lenny is just scarfing the pizza, and Michael's like, "Okay, they do,
Yeah,
they
they
do,
do.
Yes,
they
they
do."
do.
Oh,
This is new.
And
dang it,
again,
Michael.
there's my inner Lenny. That would be me in the corner. Believe me. We
You're,
like
you're looking
Everybody
around.
likes pizza.
You're looking around at the chaos and all the work that you're gonna have to do, but you're like, "Oh, but it's pizza time.
Yeah,
It is pizza time."
it does make things a little better.
So, so everybody is loving the pizza. Michael sort of apologizes for a lot of things that went down, and as Michael and his crew are going back upstairs and leaving, Daryl just basically looks up at the door and says, "This ain't over."
Yep.
And then the
Pretty
door
bad.
closes, and Daryl is left to stand in the middle of what can only be described as,
The wreckage.
yes,
Mhm.
just utter destruction. So then we have a clip here, but the guys are heading upstairs, and Michael is glad to be back. He's glad to be back up in the office, and he kind of shares why. Here we go.
Excellent.
Is it good to be back? Yeah. I mean, I love the guy stuff, but to run an office, you need men and women. You know why?
Thanks, Michael.
Because you need to have that crazy sexual tension to keep things
course.
interesting.
You need that crazy sexual tension.
Thanks, Michael.
He's got a point.
That is
know.
what.
Or it could be pretty boring.
That's what
So-
keeps
oh,
it running.
Never mind.
People at their
I
desks.
don't want to know the answer to the question I almost asked.
You need people at their desk, and you need those people to be men and women.
Yeah.
And you need those men and women to have a good sexual tension.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Efficiency.
I guess that's what women bring,
my gosh.
not like productivity and brilliance and resourcefulness. And
Yeah.
I can go on and on, women.
Sex.
Yeah, we can go
Oh,
on and on.
but we bring the sex.
There you go. So then you've come a long way, baby. So then everybody is sort of settling in and getting comfortable. All the guys are sort of getting back in place. And then Pam, we get this shot of Pam basically at her desk, Jim kind of right there. Her phone rings. She picks it up, does the usual shtick. Dunder Mifflin, this is Pam. Transfers the call. And then when she hangs up the phone, she just kind of gives this long look at Jim. Is that long look her replaying, do you want to be a receptionist here forever?
For sure.
Are you
Sure.
happy with your choices?
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
This is her sort of taking inventory and really thinking, Jim said something hard to me, but maybe he has a point. Is that where she is
Yeah.
at this time?
Yeah.
Oh, Pam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, spamster. So she's got a lot of thinking to do as the episode closes. And somebody who doesn't have a lot of thinking to do is Dwight, who is doing Snow Angels down in the warehouse. And then everything wraps up. So there you go. That's season 2, episode 15, Boys and Girls.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Good
There you go.
episode.
Rob, what's your dream?
What is my dream?
Did I already ask you?
I don't.
I think I asked Adam.
You asked Adam, yeah. My dream? To be a starship captain someday.
Sure.
In Star Trek.
No.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yes.
No.
Oh,
No.
On a ship.
just like your own? What?
Yeah, just, go zipping through the galaxy
Okay.
as a
Oh,
captain.
interesting.
of a
That's
starship.
what. That's what
I
I'm
don't
married,
have I don't
folks.
have big dreams. I actually take that. Well, I do want to finish my basement.
I love how I just said that I want to captain a starship, and you guys
And
are
that,
like,
like-
okay.
And that like inspired
I mean-
Adam to like think deeper. He's like,
Oh,
I want
nerd
big
alert.
ones,
Yeah,
but-
for real.
I really do just want to get a truck one day and then have a camping trailer.
Yeah.
You want to take it?
that's a
Do you want to
great
take it to the Old
dream.
Town Road?
Take it to yes.
Okay, great,
Mhm.
good. That's good. So we threw it out to the audience and asked you guys, hey, what were some of your favorite moments? So we got quite a few here. Let's break this down. Over on Instagram, user Tiger_Hunter said that their favorite part was as Jan is talking about the reasons for the seminar and realized that no one stands out. There's a user here, Andi K. Lambert.
Oh.
Weird.
Wow.
Their favorite part was their cycles will sync up and wreak havoc on our plumbing.
It's just again Andy and Adam.
That's
I
great.
mean,
Yeah,
happens.
us
It's the
from
truth.
experience.
That's great.
me and him.
Over on Twitter, we had the Fat Packs podcast said their favorite part was, yeah, and then they make you drive them to church the next morning. Like, gas ain't free. So good. And then,
For whatever reason, that quote still makes me proud. I'm just so happy that Dwight is able to participate.
he's got
in guys
something.
Say.
He's got something he can
Yeah,
gripe
he
about.
never does.
He can gripe about those ladies. Before that,
Yeah.
he had to gripe about his mom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Longtime listener and fan of the show, user over on Twitter by the name of Tromboner Man.
Nice.
Oh God.
That's good. That goes with the rest of our collection.
That's right. So his favorite part was we'll get someone to clean that up. We're the ones who got to clean that up. And then a couple more here. Blake over on Twitter, which we had a great interaction earlier today about Hasselhoff. Blake said he had two actually. Michael's silly chest hair.
Yeah.
Is how he put it.
Silly.
And then he also loved when Michael says that he's colorblind.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I like that line too.
And then once again, Mr. Creed Bratton.
Yeah.
On Twitter at Creed_thoughts2 said his favorite part was pizza, the great equalizer. Rich people love pizza, poor people love pizza, white people love pizza, black people love pizza. Do black people love pizza?
It's great. Good for you, Creed.
Good old Creed Brad. So this is the part of the episode usually where we take a look at a prank that Jim pulled. No prank this time, just good sound advice to Pam, saying the hard stuff. But still in first place, 26 out of 30. Jim puts Dwight's desk in the bathroom.
Still an oldie but a goodie.
That's
Love
right.
it.
It's going to be hard to beat. Now, let's head over to that good Dunder Mifflin subreddit. We're talking about some good quality content from Mr. Adam Jones. What do you have for us tonight, my friend?
Yes, we love this community. You should get on it.
Check out the show notes, by the way.
Yeah, show notes is going to have the link to this post that we're giving an actual Dundie to now, because this subreddit allows for custom awards, and we give an actual Dundie on it. It's already got it already has a Shroot Buck award and 3 silver. Okay, so we'll add a Dundie to it.
They're gonna get their first Dundie from us.
I don't know why I thought this one was so funny. It's like funny in like the slightest like hint of a way. I think it's so funny. So the title is, and maybe you can identify with this, I can. When you finish cooking and you leave your dishes in the sink to soak. Soak is, in quotes.
Sure.
'Cause it just means you don't want to wash it right now.
For sure.
When you leave your dishes in the sink to soak. And then in an episode that we already did when Dwight got a concussion, it's the injury episode.
Yeah.
And it's got a picture of Dwight with
And
Pam. And it says...
He becomes best friends with Pam during this episode.
Yes, he's best friends with her. And he says, okay, see you later, Pan. It's so subtle, but I think it's so funny.
That's awesome.
See you later, Pan.
See you later,
2
Pan.
days later, we'll
One
wash
of my
it.
favorites.
It's just like funny.
Because
like,
look how happy Dwight is. Like he's just very, very happy, excited to be Pan's best friend.
see you later, Pan.
Yeah, her face after that is great. She's
Yes.
like, wait, Pan?
She
What?
thinks it, yeah.
Which that's what the pan thinks.
Yeah.
Because it's a sentient pan.
So, user Billop. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill.
Did you have to practice that one a few times?
Billop.
Billop.
No, I didn't practice that at all.
Billop.
So,
Bill
Billop,
is
Gonna get a Dundie.
You're going to get that good Dundie.
Billaruna.
That's right.
You've got gold, you've got 3 silver, you've got a Shroot Buck, but you don't have a
No
Dundie,
Dundie
baby.
yet.
Here it comes.
Yep.
So like we said, the link in the show notes, so you can click on that and enjoy that. All right, so that brings us to the end of the episode. As always, I want to say thank you guys so much for listening, supporting the show, all that stuff. We don't take it for granted. We know that you guys are the one who makes us work, and so we really, really appreciate all the support, the listens, the tweets, telling friends, all that stuff.
The offers
It's-
of cake, thanks, Shelby.
Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Make sure that you leave us a rating. Once again, you leave us that 5-star. We're going to read it live. Make sure you subscribe so you get the episodes as soon as they drop. Make sure you tell a friend. And check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/anofficepod. $3 a month gets you access to the after party at Poor Richard's. Tonight we're heading over there, and we're going to talk about worst boss moments.
Here we go.
It's going to be rough.
I did a cheers with myself.
She just cheers her.
It sounded like I
herself.
just dropped something.
Yeah, that's good.
Pink.
I think we're getting ready to break 2,500.
Oh, yeah.
Downloads. When we hit 5,000, we will do the live episode recording.
Live episode.
So that'll be fun. So stay tuned for that. We'll keep you updated when that's going to happen. Your homework for this week, make sure you watch Season 2, Episode 16, Valentine's Day. It's about to get really romantical up in here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And,
my best friend's birthday is around Valentine's
Did you just
Day.
yawn into the
Did I?
mic?
Yeah.
Oh my
Sorry we're boring you, Andi.
Sorry about that.
And
Am
then-
I fired?
No, you're
Or just
yes.
that? Oh, just
You
a
got-
warning.
Just a written,
Don't do it again.
a written warning.
Straight?
It's going to go in your file. And yeah, so go watch Valentine's Day, and then hey, go take a joyride on a forklift.
What?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't done it, you don't know what you're missing. So.
Or play around with a garbage compactor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck out there, folks.
Anyways,
Good luck.
hey, once again, thank you guys so much for listening. And until next time, I'm Rob,
I'm Adam.
And I'm Andy.
and this was
Everybody in the conference room.
All right, let's head over to Poor Richard's.